Hey guys, we are finishing up our geometry unit. We are going to end with volume. So we have talked about area quite a bit. We've talked about classifying shapes, and now we're going to talk about how to find the volume of a shape. So what is volume? Volume is specifically, and there's the actual definition there for you to read, but if you want to literally think about volume, it's taking a shape and filling it with cubes. So if you've ever seen something like this shape right here, those little cubes are filling it. So if you count the front, there are 9 of them, and then there would be 9 on the back. So the volume of the shape would be 18. You can do that mathematically as well, and we're going to get into that in a second. But it's really just multiplying. It's pretty much the same formula that we've been doing for area, but just multiplying by a third thing. So we're going to talk about that. So we're going to talk about what different prisms we can find the volume of. So we're going to talk about a rectangular prism. A rectangular prism is just, it has a rectangular base. So anything that has a base that is a rectangle, and then my drawing is pretty bad. It would be a triangular base if my base was a triangle, and then you get the point. But if I have a triangle as my base or rectangle as my base, your base shape is going to classify what type of triangle it is. So looking just at this is kind of how to find the volume of a shape. In this, we're just going to talk about these top two. So we're going to first talk about a rectangular prism and how to find the area of that. So on this, it says the volume is B times H. B in that case is just the area of the base. So the base is going to be this part right here. Specifically, this shape is on the bottom. And then on this, it's the triangle or the top of the triangle, which is going to be the same. So finding the area of that and then multiplying it by the height of the actual shape. So it's pretty much just doing your normal area and then multiplying it by that added height. So looking at this first example, however you want to think about it, whether you want to think about length times width times height or just the area of the base. So in this case, the base is the bottom. So if I'm finding the area of a rectangle, it's just base times height or length times width, however you want to think about it in this case. So the area of this, of the base, would be 5 times 4, which is 20. And then my height is 3, so I would say 20 times 3, which is 60. So in this case, I have 60, and then it's in centimeters, and volume is always cubed, so area has been squared, but it's cubed since I'm actually literally thinking about how many cubes would fit into that. So I'm not just finding the outside of the shape anymore, or the two-dimensional shape, but now it's a three-dimensional shape, so I'm finding the volume of it and the cubic units of it. So looking at this next example, it says a company needs to decide which lunchbox size to manufacture, which lunchbox shown will hold more. So I have this first shape, and for whatever reason, I cannot see my, this is not going away. So this bottom number was 7.5. I just wanted to show you guys that for whatever reason. There we go. Now it's back. So I have 7.5 and then 3.75 is the base. So I would multiply those together. If you guys have numbers with decimals in them and you just want to use a calculator, that's fine. So when you multiply this base together, these two, when you multiply these two bottom ones together, you get 28.125, and then I'm going to multiply that by the height, which is 10. So this is 281.5 0.25 inches cubed. And then B, I'm going to multiply those three things together. So 8 times 8 for the base is 64. And then I'm going to multiply that 64 by the height of 9.5, which gives me 608 inches cubed, not squared. So this one is significantly larger, so that's the one that's going to hold more. Okay. Now, looking at triangular prisms, and then this is the last example that we're going to go over. These are the only two shapes that you guys will have in your homework and that you will learn about. So it says find the volume of a triangular prism. So in order to find the volume, again, you find the area of the base and then you multiply it by the height. So remember, for a triangle, the area of the base was 1/2 times base times height. So I still need to do that for that part. So I have 1/2 times 6 times 5. So half of 6 is 3. So I have 3 times 5 is 15. So my base is 15. And then I'm going to multiply it by that side length, or the height. So 15 times 3.5 is 52.5, and it's in centimeters, and it again is cubed. So you're finding the area of the, in this case, it's kind of the end. You're finding the area of the triangle, and then you are finding the height. So, or multiplying by the height. So, volume is kind of just multiplying by a third number, multiplying by the height of the shape, or kind of the number that's making it three-dimensional. So if you guys have questions, please let me know. I am more than willing to help you. I hope you guys have a great day.